Hi guys, I'm going to do a quick tutorial on some basic draping. And then when you want to do draping, you're definitely going to need a dress mannequin to do this. This will be my first time doing this with you guys, because everything I learned from a book. I learned from a book. I've never officially did it, so that's why like what y'all see me doing now is for the past 10 years I've been doing more club wear, different stuff like that. I more or less work with spandex. I never really work with stiff fabric where you got to do the dart. Well, some of the stuff I will do darts and stuff like that, zippers, but I've never officially did like a lot of stiff stuff where your measurements and everything has to be on point, because if you don't, it is not going to fit. So I got, this is probably like, oh, knocking all the pins down. This is probably like 4 yards of fabric. So some people would take a nice square piece and cut it when they doing the top or whatever. So we're just gonna go off some basics. I'm just gonna show you how I accomplish this because I need this mannequin. So I was practicing and I never took it off because I said I was gonna kind of show y'all how it is. So you'll get the piece of fabric and you can either leave it this long, or I would say if you a beginner like me, I wouldn't do it this long. I would cut the pieces identical. So like if I'm gonna do the top bias piece, I would cut me about a half a yard. So a yard is 36 inches. I cut that in half and make it for the top piece. So what I do, I take the fabric and I fold it over the salvage end, and I take my first pleat. You're in the way. You're in the way. So I guess I gotta wear you if you're in the way. Okay, the head is in the way. It's gonna be in the way. So I take the first piece and go all the way up on the shoulder. I fold that end over and I put it right here. And I get my first pin and pin it in the mannequin. And then I come right here and do my second pin. And a lot of times it'd be hard pinning in these mannequins, okay? Because this particular mannequin is hard. A lot of them is hard, but some of them have a cushion in the middle so that you can do that. She's in the way. I got all my sewing stuff. So then you're going to take your second pleat and bring that one. Oh, this came out. See, it be coming out. So don't pull too hard. You're going to take your second pleat and it's going to go right on top. And this fabric is slippery. Come on, fabric. That's why you should cut it in your pieces, because the weight of the fabric is pulling it down. So we do your second pleat right on top of that one. Or right next to. Not on top, next to. And bring it down to your true waist. So if you want to make these type of dresses, you know now how they do it. You take your, and y'all can go online and watch a lot of the designers. They be doing it on Pinterest. They do it on YouTube. So put in draping. So that one goes right on top of that one. Then you bring your third one. See? It's gonna go line up right next with that. Okay. Now take the fourth one. Fourth one, we're gonna go right there. Then we're gonna take the fifth pleat, put one right there. Ouch, I stuck myself. Bring it down. And these mannequins, it will be harder to put the pins in. You got to put them in at an angle. It ain't going to be able to go right in there. You got to angle the pins. So a lot of times, it'd be hard to get them in there, especially if your pins is dull. Take another pleat. Bring it right down. See how I be pulling and it come right out. So you gotta make sure you get it in there good. Okay. And then take this. Like doing your final pleat. So after you accomplish this, they take a steam iron and don't press over the pins. Okay, you got to make sure you cut out your piece for your armhole. But they'll take their steam iron, and you won't have all this. I just never cut the fabric. Yeah, my fabric never got cut. But you would take your steam iron, steam these pleats in, right? You steam it in and cut out your armhole on each side. So you will have the top base to this dress. And what you need to do to secure these draping in there, you need to hand stitch. So you hand stitch this together. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. So when you take it off, you will have this shape. Cut off your armhole, and you'll wind up having this shape. So that's how they do the draping. So if it's hard for you to drape, like when I do drape, I'm gonna come back and revisit this. I'm not gonna drape with these big old pieces because the weight was pulling it down. I just don't want to cut my fabric. So I would drape with just the bias piece. So I cut it about, so it's 36 inches in a yard. I cut it about half of that. So I do like 10, about 10 yards going up, and maybe a 10 by 10. I'll cut it. So, and start the draping process so I won't have the weight of this, because the weight of this was pulling it down. So you want to get into draping, you get into draping, so you got to be ready to hand stitch, because before you take this off and take it to your sewing machine, you got to have these pieces kind of secure, and then you sew it to the sewing machine, and this piece becomes permanent. So that's how the basic draping. I never did it before, like sewing it or anything, so I'm challenging myself to get a lot of this stuff done. So that's what I'm working on behind the scenes. And to be honest, I just want to show y'all kind of the process of it. When I do the first one, I'm not going to do it live. I'm not. I still be real nervous. And for some reason, like right now I'm getting tongue-tied. With y'all watching, I make mistakes. And I probably make mistakes with y'all not watching, but you know, nobody's there to see it. Like I said, if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around, would you hear it? No. So I actually like to do things by myself until I get really good at it. And once I get that muscle memory and confident and not making an ounce of mistakes, because I done did it enough times, then I feel like I can come then and do a demo for you guys. But if I've never done this before, I'm practicing myself. I don't want to get on here like I'm teaching you guys something, because I don't know myself all the what I'm doing. So I bet y'all looking at my lady's butt like, look at her butt. Yeah, I made her to fit my body shape, so me and her shape alike. Y'all see that? She got the old lady booty. Yes, me and her shaped a lot. I made her to mimic my shape, but now I lost weight in the waist, so she's a little big in the waist. So I have to be mindful about that. But I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I am going to keep trying, because in order to be good at anything, nobody get good overnight. You got to practice so you can get some less. That's why, like, y'all see me getting that type of fabric before I keep grabbing all the wedding fabric, because when I did this particular dress behind me, just looking at pictures. So I'm looking at pictures and trying to do this. And I cut it as a ballroom gown, but when I finally saw a video of the dress, that dress wasn't a ballroom gown. It was a asymmetrical, meaning the dress was made to fit the model tight like this and have a split, and then the bulkiness of that was a detachable train. So she had this huge bulky train that went around, and then it could take off. So when she's in a wedding dress, she could be in a fitted asymmetrical dress, not a ballroom gown. And I kept wondering why, when I was trying to finish that and show you, I kept looking weird when I cut that split down the middle like that. And it's like, the reason why it's not looking right. And then that type of I'm gonna put all them stones on and stuff, but with that type of dress and that type of split, so I wanted to do it and do a split in the front. Then that poofy train, I'd have to do it a different kind of way, but I didn't. It didn't go right for what I was looking for. So I'm learning behind the scenes, and I'm bringing y'all along the way as I'm learning. So yes, just keep trying. Gonna make a couple mistakes, and to make you better. So yeah, we'll visit this later, because I need this mannequin to finish the other dress that I'm working on. Because yeah, that dress is, I got to get my 3D sleeves pinned on right. And I can't get the 3D sleeves pinned on that little one, because she's much smaller than me. And then if I pin it on her and try to get it going, it's going to be like, Let me show y'all this dress. I'm going to try it on for y'all. Woo. I got pins all in the floor. But y'all see the red dress? So that's what you be calling these 3D type sleeves. And remember the corset in the back. So I put some boning under the bottom. And yeah, so I want these dresses to be different. Yes, I want them different. I want them to look different. I don't want it to be the same like everybody else's, because when you be a designer, you want to be bold and have some different pieces. So I don't want to, and don't get me wrong, I will look at another designer stuff, and I will look at some of their stuff and, copy some of their moves. But I think you should always put your taste on it. Don't do 100% copycat, because then it's like you don't got a vision. You following somebody else's vision. So I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like I'm following somebody else's vision. I want to be able to have my own vision. So, yeah. So, yeah, y'all see this fabric? Yeah, this is about, maybe this 4 yards. Because it'd be 36 inches, right? Remember how I told y'all you get to cut it? And so when you cut it like this, say for this 36 inches right here, right? And 2 pieces, that's 1 yard. Okay, it's about, this one is about 2.5 yards. Yeah, but that's why I like going to that fabric store. Can you see this? 36 inches. Yeah, but you get, so normally you get the I think the regular one, the regular fabric is 36 by 30, but you say you get 30 and whatever the width is of this. So that's one of the main reasons why I like going to this huge fabric store, because you see this big piece that I get. Yeah, so this is like about 3 yards of two. What was it, 2.5? Yeah. So, okay, guys. So thank you. We'll revisit draping at a later day, but I don't want to be trying to act like I know everything and trying to bring y'all aboard when I'm still learning a lot of stuff. And this is a 3D dress too. So anytime you have, and this is the dress y'all keep asking me about, the glitter one. So this one, y'all remember I tried it on when you had these bulky sleeves like this. So remember, I put glitter. This dress got glitter on it, and I put hairspray to stop it from shedding. So somebody asked me, will I use that shellac that I use on the hats? And I would say no, because shellac is like actually made for wood decks. But when you put it on a hat, it does this to a hat. Okay, and that ain't too bad. But you don't want a dress that's stiff like that, because you won't be able to utilize it and get in it. So no, I wouldn't suggest putting shellac on at all on your dress. No, don't use shellac. Use hairspray. Use hairspray, because hairspray is, you know, water soluble, and it could still, it's not going to stop the dress from expanding. The dress, you know, feel like almost like you're putting starch on it, but don't put shellac on the dress. No, because you hear this, your dress gonna turn like some wood. Okay, guys, talk to you later. Toodles.